The seas were angry in Brigantine on our Monday afternoon. We were talking about moderate stage coastal flooding, pretty much anywhere from the Route 72 bridge in LBI on south on our Monday here. And it created scenes like this. You see the boats and the docks just rocking here in Brigantine. Blocks inland saw roadway flooding here, and we'll see more as we go into our Tuesday afternoon. That's why we have a coastal flood warning in effect for Ocean, Atlantic, and Cape May counties through Tuesday afternoon into the evening. Advisory level flooding, that's nuisance flooding for Cumberland County, but that warning, that's where you see property threatening flooding. High surf advisory in effect. We also have a rip current statement in effect because the sea is, again, just not good to go in. Here's a look at our highest wind gusts. And for the most part, since this happened on our Sunday here, the exception was that Tuckerton 58. That did occur today. But overall, Bayville, Seaside Heights, Ocean City, all in the 60-mile-an-hour plus club. And, 60 miles an hour, that's pretty strong for nor'easter standards here. And we have seen plenty of rain. I mean, we've rained since Friday afternoon here. Eagleswood, 6.98 inches. Berkeley, 6.88 inches of rain here. Everywhere in southeastern New Jersey, between 3 to 7 inches of rain. Best case scenario for us, though, with what we've seen, because we haven't seen much in the way of rainfall flooding. At the same time, this is really taking a big chunk and a big bite out of the drought that we do have. Here's a look at our futurecast and our winds. These are sustained winds, not constantly, not just the gusts. These are constantly blowing winds here. Watch what happens. Winds 36 miles an hour sustained in Barnegat, light 32 in Atlantic City, lighter in Vineland. But it is rain as we go into the overnight hours. Then as we go into Tuesday and into Wednesday, along and east of the Parkway, generally going to see heavier rain throughout the day. West of the Parkway, not as much. You can see that into fruition as we go into our Tuesday here. That rain getting to just about the Parkway corridor, and then it fizzles out here. Wind still strong from the northeast, even turning to the north once you get to Vineland and Cape May. But that low pressure system not too far away from us here, and it's going to kind of meander around and eventually pull out the sea as we go into Wednesday afternoon. But still talking about some rain showers as winds turn to the north and to the northwest with time here. Rainfall totals between 1.5 inches to 3 inches from, let's say, exit 82 down to exit 30 here on east, 2.78 in Atlantic City, less as you get towards Cape May, and less in Cumberland County here. So when all is said and done, I mean, it is possible that we are talking about 9 inches of rain in Eagleswood or Little Lake Harbor during this time here. Now, let's take a look at that tidal flooding again. We caught a break here because we were not near the new or the full moon. Today is the quarter moon, which brings astronomically lower tides. If it was a new moon or a full moon a week ago or a week from now, we'd be talking about major flood stage in a number of locations here, but not the case. Now, as we go into Tuesday, expecting moderate flooding in Atlantic and Cape May counties, similar to what we saw on Monday here. Then Wednesday morning, we're talking about minor flood stage in Atlantic and Cape May counties again, and then pretty much our last widespread round of tidal flooding will be Wednesday here during the evening high tide. So this is what Ocean City looks like in minor flood stage. We're talking about a number of streets northwest of West Avenue that flood, but not everywhere. Different story as we get to moderate flood stage. Almost everywhere does at that point, and that's what we're going to expect as we go into our Tuesday afternoon. Now in Cape May, this is minor flood stage now, where you see that green, that's partially underwater here. Blue is fully underwater, and just a couple of roads with some flooding on it. Different story in moderate flood stage. We are talking about Park Boulevard, Congress Street, Windsor Avenue, all seeing flooding at this stage here. And Cape May is usually fairly resistant to tidal flooding. Wave heights and wave periods, you see it right there, 8 to 9 feet wave heights, very high here, long wave periods. It is not safe to be in the water, and that continues as we go into Tuesday, although wave heights will drop. Not too sure about that 0, but wave heights will drop here. For tonight, we're talking about temperatures chilly here. It is a raw, wet night, mid-40s inland, low 50s at the coast, strong north to perhaps northeasterly wind. Your bus stop forecast, you need the umbrella for your Tuesday here. It is cold, it is damp, it is wet here, and over at the shore, we're going to do the same thing as well. 55 at 7 a.m., 9 a.m., it's going to be 57 degrees, and we tack on that wind. Tuesday during the day, we're talking about temperatures rising only to around 60 degrees here for highs with rain, perhaps even a rumble of thunder at night here, but generally periods of rain, lows in the mid-50s here. And then when do we break for sunshine? That will be on Thursday here. And not just sunshine, warm sunshine as well. Low to mid 70s as we round out the week here. And then cold front comes through. Get awfully chilly for the weekend here. In fact, we could be talking about our first frost of the year inland as we go into Sunday morning. Highs only around 60 degrees, but again, loaded with sunshine.